types of transportation of materials through rivers. There can be traction, that is the dragging along of greater rocks and boulders, and there can be siltation, that are smaller pebbles bouncing along the bed of the river, and there can be suspension. These are silt and clays or small particles held in the water and transported with it, and there can be then solution. These are the minerals dissolved in the water. And the rocks and pebbles, these are the bed load. The suspended materials are the suspension load, and the other thing, the dissolved things, the solution, the dissolved load. And that is according to Geography by J. and Brian Gressley on page 18. The positions and views expressed are about the resource and not necessarily aligned with my own or with the ones of the entities spoken.
Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn Potamology today, river processes, and after we've done that, we're going to do stretching, and if you participate in the stretching, that is very honest. The river processes. Like glaciers and the sea, rivers are important agents of erosion, transport, and deposition. Okay, we're saying in the formation of the earth, that is what we're talking about. Rivers are an important part, like glaciers, which are going off the ground and scraping the ground away, or the sea and other places. Rivers are also making a big part in erosion. We did it in the previous parts somewhere. In geology did we do it. So they're transporting things away and making valleys and so on. By transporting things away. Transporting and by deposition, bringing materials to other places. When the river is having a lot with it, when it goes on slower, it lets them lie somewhere down. Erosion. Rivers erode in four main ways. Okay. Hydraulic action, the power of running water undercuts the banks and erodes the bed. I think we mean just water going along. Let's look at the next one. Aberration or corrosion. Rocks and pebbles carried by the river crash against the sides and bed of the river, scraping away material. Okay, the first one was the water going along and through going along. Now we're having little rocks and pebbles inside of the water crashing against the sides while we are transported with the water. Attrition. Rocks and pebbles carried by the river bang into each other and break up into smaller pieces. Okay. Aberration is the rock going. Hydraulic action is just the water going along the walls. Aberration or corrosion, the stones going along the walls, and attrition, the stones themselves crashing against each other. Solution and corrosion. Some minerals from rocks are dissolved and carried away by the river. Example, calcium carbonate. Okay. Some things are dissolving over time in the water. So there can be other material when the calcium carbonate, for example, is still in there. But then as soon as the wet is away, then the calcium carbonate itself is dissolving in the water. The upper course of a river. The rivers usually rise in hills or mountains. They mean they spring there, they start there. The river flows quickly towards the sea, carrying large amounts of sediment downstream. The river's course is not straight, it flows around interlocked spurs of higher land. Okay, we say, so first of all, it starts oftentimes in valleys and mountains, and then it carries from that place, starting from that place on, to bring sediments with it to the place where it goes out, but also to the other place it loses, it's also on the way to that place. And it's not flowing straightly. For one reason, sometimes it comes to a place where there is a spur or higher land, so when it flows around. There's a lot of bed load and many larger rocks are angular in shape. Angular in shape. I don't know what that means. Waterfalls are a common feature in this part of the river. Okay, waterfalls exist. Do they explain here what waterfalls are, or how they come? High force on the river Tees. As the waterfall erodes, it moves slowly upstream. Yes, the waterfall is always taking a little bit away and over time it goes back, leaving a steep gorge. Is that how the waterfall is rising? Just by going backwards, because the river is flowing from a higher place to a lower place. And if there's all the time something is scratched away, the difference is getting stronger and stronger. As the waterfall erodes, it moves slowly upstream, leaving a steep gorge. I don't know what a gorge is. What is the Olduvai gorge? that is I thought somewhere in Africa, maybe in Nigeria, there were excavations done of humanoid beings. It leaving a steep gorge on the lower side of the falls. Okay. Waterfall retreats upstream as supporting shale is eroded and the gorge develops downstream. So shale, whatever that is eroded away and when it moves upstream. Waterfall develops where there is a band of windstone. So there has to be some hard rock so that it is possible to erode differently. Erosion of softer shale below hard rock causes undercutting. So this, first of all, the softer rock underneath the windstone is made away. But how is it now going back if there is the windstone which is the harder rock? Plunge pool and river Tees. Okay, the example is the river Tees, which is northeast England. Transport. Rivers transport an enormous load. This material can be carried in four ways. Traction. Boulders and rocks are dragged or rolled along the riverbed. Okay, one possibility is traction. Trahere is Latin for pull something. So, I don't know what boulders are. Boulders are rocks, so that they are dragged or rolled just off the riverbed if they are a bit bigger. Siltation is another possibility. Smaller sized particles such as pebbles or sand are bounced along the bed. Okay, they're technically also rolled, but they're having enough lightweightness and enough force to be taken with them, so that they can go like that over. And suspension. Fine particles of silt or clay are held in the water. In water and with the water, and solution, minerals are dissolved in the river water, like here the calcium carbonate. Okay. Cross section through a river. Suspended load is already in it. Bed load is on the ground. Pebbles, rocks, and boulders are rolled or bounced along the channel bed. Dissolved load materials dissolved in the water which cannot be seen. So suspended they are in the making water maybe a bit dirty, and dissolved they are just completely in it. And stones become smaller and rounded as they are moving due to attrition. Attrition was banging against each other. Okay. I think I didn't really understood that. But I understood the two, three other things. If you were here for Potamology, you can go directly to the next part where we're going to look for the other page, and we're going to come back and make at least a presentation about these, maybe two different, maybe it's just one subject. We're going to come back to that page again and make a presentation and say what was there. Maybe understand what it was in the waterfall. Maybe not. If you stay here and participate in the stretching municipality, the feet are standing together, one foot to the side and with the other foot, with the heels and the other heels. And so on, go as far as you can go. And then back in again, toes, heels, heels. This time stay down and then and up again. Legs a bit to the side, in the arms up. And out, go to the side. In and up. Out to the other side. In. And out, go on one side down. Release it. Out one arm over. In and up with a clinch. Out and back. Again in. And out the other hand slides down. In. Out one arm over. In and up with a clinch. Out and back. In the arms up. And out of the reach. In. Out to the other side. In. Out and down. And shoulder circles. Back with the shoulders up, in front and down. And again back, in front, up, back and down. In the shoulders up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down. And the arms up. And reach all this with one arm high up. Pretend to take an apple hanging high on an apple branch, to turn it a bit around and into arms. Legs to the sides, arms to the sides, breathe in and out, go out to the side. In middle and out to the other side. and out, lean onto the knees. Reef again in, and out, one shoulder in front. And in back, and out we go. Back, and out and behind down. Reef again in, and out over to one leg. Again in, out over to the other leg. Again in, out into the middle, and close with feet. Reef again in, and out. In, and out, come slowly with the round back, up at the top of backwards shoulder. The feet standing a bit apart, in the arms up. And out, and we're sitting down, elbows against the inside of the knees. Reef in and straighten up. And out and come with the back up. Reef in. Out and down. In and up. And out, come slowly in one straight line up. Hands again. Have a good standing leg. The heel of the mobile leg on top of the knee of it. Breathe in. And out, sink down. Change. And out and down. Again up. Legs to sides, breathe in, down. And out on the chest to the thigh. In. Out. Another round. And in and close the legs. And again out. That was the stretching. I thank you very much. And at the next time.